Some cars are rare, but these? They're next-level legendary. Hidden prototypes, ultra-limited masterpieces, and one-offs that vanished into history. These are the 12 super insanely rare cars you won't believe even exist. From jaw-dropping designs to outrageous stories, get ready to discover machines so elusive, they're practically myths. Buckle up. This is a ride you don't want to miss. The 1954 Oldsmobile F88 concept remains one of the most remarkable and mythical concept cars to emerge from General Motors' golden era of design and innovation. Born during a time when American automakers were embracing sleek, futuristic styling and pushing the boundaries of engineering, the F88 was Oldsmobile's ambitious answer to the Chevrolet Corvette and a bold attempt to enter the two-seater sports car market. Although it never saw production, the surviving example of the F88 has achieved legendary status among collectors, historians, and enthusiasts alike. The Oldsmobile F88 was a radical departure from Oldsmobile's typical offerings, which, by the early 1950s, were known for their robust sedans and family cars rather than for sporty, low-slung machines. Developed during GM's heyday under the leadership of design visionary Harley Earl, the F88 was conceived as part of the company's experimentation with performance cars that combined innovative materials and cutting-edge styling. It featured a body made entirely of fiberglass, a lightweight and forward-thinking material that had only just been introduced in production cars with the 1953 Corvette. This allowed the F88 to possess a sleek, aerodynamic silhouette while showcasing a sculpted, futuristic form that looked decades ahead of its time. From every angle, the F88's design exuded elegance, sportiness, and sophistication. Its low-slung profile was accentuated by clean, flowing lines, delicate chrome accents, and an aggressive yet refined front end. The wide grille, flanked by a pair of prominent round headlights, lent the car a dynamic and powerful face, while subtle fins and curves along the rear hinted at the jet age influences that were sweeping the industry. The F88's bodywork was not just visually stunning, but also functional, as its streamlined shape contributed to its aerodynamic efficiency and high-speed potential. Underneath the fiberglass body, the F88 packed an impressive amount of performance, elevating it beyond the realm of mere design exercise. At its heart was Oldsmobile's powerful 324 cubic inch rocket V8 engine, an advanced and potent power plant for its time. Capable of producing 250 horsepower, the Rocket V8 was a significant step up from the inline-six engine found in the Corvette of the era, giving the F88 an edge in terms of raw performance. Paired with a sporty, responsive chassis, the car promised to deliver the kind of thrilling driving experience that would appeal to performance enthusiasts while still offering the refinement and luxury that Oldsmobile was known for. The interior of the F88 reflected the same attention to detail and forward-thinking design as its exterior. Drivers and passengers were treated to a cockpit-like cabin that featured luxurious materials, a futuristic instrument layout, and premium finishes. From the finely crafted leather seats to the elegantly styled dashboard, the F88 exuded sophistication and exclusivity. The attention to detail extended even to the steering wheel, which featured an Oldsmobile emblem at its center. A subtle reminder that this was a product of one of GM's most storied brands. Despite its stunning design and impressive mechanical underpinnings, the F88 was never destined for production. General Motors at the time made the strategic decision to focus its efforts on Chevrolet's Corvette as the company's flagship two-seater sports car. Producing a direct competitor within the same corporate family might have cannibalized sales and diluted the Corvette's market position. As a result, the F88 remained a one-off concept, showcased at auto shows as a glimpse of what could have been. The fate of the F88 concept adds another layer to its legendary status. While most concept cars from the era were destroyed to avoid liability issues and prevent competitors from reverse engineering the designs, the F88 managed to escape destruction. It was reportedly disassembled into several components and hidden away, with its surviving parts eventually resurfacing decades later. In an extraordinary turn of events, the F88 was painstakingly restored and reassembled to its original glory, preserving its legacy for future generations. In 2005, the Oldsmobile F88 captured the world's attention once again when it crossed the auction block at the Barrett-Jackson collector car auction. The one-of-a-kind concept car, meticulously restored and gleaming, like it had just rolled off the show floor, sold for an astonishing $324 million. This jaw-dropping sale price not only reflected the car's rarity and historical significance, but also cemented its place as one of the most valuable and sought-after concept cars ever created. Today, the Oldsmobile F88 is regarded as a symbol of the ingenuity, creativity, and ambition that defined General Motors' design philosophy in the 1950s. It stands as a what-if moment in automotive history. The 1967 Shelby GT500 Super Snake is a one-of-a-kind legend that embodies the spirit of Carroll Shelby's relentless pursuit of speed and performance. As the ultimate expression of Shelby's engineering ingenuity and vision, this car pushed the boundaries of what was possible for a road-going muscle car in the 1960s and remains one of the most awe-inspiring Shelby creations to this day. With only one example ever built, the Super Snake represents the pinnacle of rarity and exclusivity in the world of American performance cars. The story of the GT500 Super Snake begins with a unique opportunity. In 1967, Goodyear approached Carroll Shelby with a request to demonstrate the durability of its new Thunderbolt tires. Shelby, always up for a challenge and eager to showcase his automotive prowess, decided to create something truly extraordinary for the tire test. Starting with a standard Shelby GT500, he went far beyond simply bolting on performance upgrades. He transformed the car into a fire-breathing monster, capable of speeds that few could believe were achievable at the time. At the heart of the Super Snake was its crowning jewel, a race-proven 427 cubic inch V8 engine borrowed from the Ford GT40, the very car that had conquered the 24 Hours of Le Mans. This was no ordinary 427. It was a highly tuned unit built for endurance racing, capable of delivering an estimated 600 horsepower. The engine featured lightweight aluminum components, high-performance internals, and a unique oil cooler system to ensure it could handle sustained high speeds without breaking a sweat. With its unrelenting power and razor-sharp throttle response, the Super Snake's 427 cubic inch V8 was in a league of its own, far beyond what was offered in even the most potent production GT500s. To handle this monumental power, Shelby equipped the Super Snake with a robust drivetrain and enhanced cooling systems. A reinforced suspension system and upgraded brakes ensured the car could remain stable and composed at the extreme speeds Shelby intended to achieve. The exterior featured unique touches, including custom badging and a striking blue racing stripe that ran over its gleaming white body, visually setting it apart as something extraordinary. This wasn't just a GT500, it was a purpose-built beast designed to dominate. When it came time to test the car, Carroll Shelby himself was behind the wheel. During a series of high-speed runs at Goodyear's testing grounds, the Super Snake reached an astonishing 170 km/h, a mind-blowing figure for a street car in 1967. Keep in mind that most muscle cars of the era were designed to excel in short bursts of straight-line acceleration, not sustained top speeds. The Super Snake, however, combined brute force with an unexpected level of composure and stability, setting it apart from anything else on the road. The test not only proved the durability of Goodyear's Thunderbolt tires, but also cemented the Super Snake's place in automotive history as a machine capable of unprecedented performance. Despite its incredible success as both a tire test mule and a demonstration of Shelby's engineering mastery, the Super Snake never made it to production. The car's staggering performance came at an equally staggering cost. Shelby calculated that a production version of the GT500 Super Snake would have carried a price tag of over $8,000, an exorbitant sum at a time when a standard GT500 cost around $4,000 and a well-equipped Corvette Stingray could be had for less. Carroll Shelby himself realized that the market for such a high-performance, high-priced Mustang would have been minuscule, and the project was quietly shelved. The sole Super Snake was subsequently sold to a private buyer, who used it as a street car, albeit one with almost mythical capabilities. Over the years, it changed hands several times, each sale adding to its mystique and value. In a world filled with rare and valuable muscle cars, the Super Snake stands out as a unicorn, a one-off masterpiece that represents the ultimate evolution of the first-generation Shelby Mustang. Unlike other performance cars that were built in small numbers, the Super Snake remains utterly unique, its story intertwined with the Carroll Shelby's genius and Ford's racing dominance in the 1960s. In modern times, the Shelby GT500 Super Snake has become one of the most desirable and celebrated cars in existence, sought after by collectors and enthusiasts who appreciate its unparalleled history and performance. In 2019, the car went to auction and sold for an eye-watering $2.2 million, underscoring its legendary status and value. To this day, it is revered not just as a Shelby, not just as a Mustang, but as one of the greatest muscle cars ever built. The 1955 Chrysler St Special by Gia is a remarkable fusion of American engineering, prowess, and Italian design elegance, a product of the fruitful collaboration between Chrysler and the famed Italian coach builder, Carrozzeria Gia. This stunning one-off creation perfectly exemplifies the mid-century automotive era, when car makers often turned to bespoke European design houses to showcase their innovation and creativity. Hand-built, meticulously crafted, and designed to captivate, the St Special represents a pinnacle of 1950s automotive art and remains a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. At the heart of the St Special lies Chrysler's legendary 331 cubic inch Hemi V8 engine. Known for its durability, smooth performance, and impressive power output, the 331 Hemi was one of the most advanced American engines of its time, delivering 250 horsepower, substantial for the mid-1950s. Chrysler, eager to position itself as a forward-thinking automaker capable of blending performance with sophistication, supplied this potent power plant as the mechanical foundation for Gia's design genius. The engine was paired with Chrysler's PowerFlight automatic transmission, ensuring the St Special provided effortless cruising capabilities befitting a grand tourer of its caliber. Visually, the Chrysler St Special is a striking blend of European artistry and American proportions. Gia's design language of the era was renowned for its clean, flowing lines, understated elegance, and futuristic styling cues, and the St Special embodies these traits perfectly. Its low-slung profile, gently sculpted curves, and minimalist detailing evoke a sense of timeless sophistication. Unlike the bulkier American sedans of the period, the St Special exudes a European-inspired grace, with a sleek silhouette that emphasizes both performance and luxury. Its long hood, gently raked windshield, and rounded rear end contribute to a design that was as aerodynamic as it was beautiful. Up front, the St Special sports a prominent grille flanked by dual headlights recessed into the bodywork, giving it a distinctive and forward-looking appearance. The chrome accents are tasteful and restrained, reflecting the Italian design sensibilities of simplicity and balance. The lack of excessive ornamentation, typical of American cars at the time, allows the natural flow of the body to take center stage. The overall effect is a car that looks effortlessly elegant, yet unmistakably exotic, a true blend of two automotive cultures. Inside, the St Special's cabin reflects the same attention to craftsmanship and luxury. The interior is a harmonious mix of fine leather upholstery, polished wood trim, and intuitive design. It offers a level of comfort and refinement that was typically reserved for high-end European grand tours, while still retaining a sense of American practicality. The dashboard layout is clean and functional, with instrumentation neatly arranged for ease of use. Every detail, from the stitching of the leather to the placement of the chrome accents, showcases the care and precision that went into building this one-of-a-kind car. The Chrysler St Special was unveiled at the 1955 Turin Auto Show, where it caused a sensation. Combining Italian styling with the American muscle was a relatively novel concept at the time, and the car quickly became a centerpiece of the show, drawing admiration from onlookers and critics alike. Chrysler's collaboration with Gia had already produced a series of stunning concept cars, but the St Special stood out for its refined elegance and road-ready appearance. It perfectly embodied the idea of a dream car, a vision of what future luxury motoring could look like. Unfortunately, like many show cars of the era, the St Special never made it into production. It was designed as a one-off concept intended to showcase Chrysler's engineering capability and Kia's design talent rather than serve as a production model. The automotive industry of the 1950s was still heavily influenced by the demands of mass production, and bespoke, hand-built cars like the St Special were simply too costly and impractical to produce in significant numbers. As a result, this masterpiece remained a singular creation, further elevating its mystique and desirability. Over the decades, the 1955 Chrysler St Special has become a highly coveted piece of automotive history. Its rarity, combined with its exceptional design and engineering pedigree, makes it one of the most celebrated Chrysler Gia collaborations. It is a rolling work of art, embodying the elegance of Italian craftsmanship and the raw power of American innovation in a way that few other cars have managed to achieve. Today, the Chrysler St Special is regarded as a shining example of mid-century automotive design and a testament to the golden age of international collaborations. For collectors and enthusiasts, it represents a perfect harmony of form and function. The 1970 Ferrari 512S Modulo is one of the most revolutionary and visually arresting concept cars ever created, a true testament to Pininfarina's boldness and Ferrari's willingness to embrace daring innovation. It stands as an icon of automotive design, a machine that looks like it transcended time itself, appearing less like a product of the early 1970s and more like something pulled straight from the imagination of a futuristic dreamer. The Modulo's story begins with Ferrari's 512S race car, a mid-engine beast developed to compete in the FIA's World Sports Car Championship against formidable rivals like the Porsche 911. Pininfarina, Ferrari's long-standing design partner, took one of these 512S chassis and transformed it into something almost unrecognizable, a design exercise that sought to explore the outer limits of form, function, and automotive aesthetics. While the 512S was engineered for performance on the track, the Modulo was designed to challenge perceptions of what a car could look like, pushing into avant-garde territory and redefining the boundaries of automotive design. The car's wedge shape is the first and most striking thing about the Modulo. In the late 1960s and early 1970s, the wedge design became a fascination for many designers as they experimented with extreme aerodynamics and geometric simplicity. The Modulo took this concept to its zenith. Its ultra-low, flat body appears as though it has been sculpted from a single piece of metal. Measuring just 37 inches in height, the Modulo hugs the ground like no other car before it, emphasizing clean lines, sharp angles, and a striking horizontal presence. The front end is a solid, seamless panel, devoid of a traditional grille or openings. The headlights are recessed beneath the body, hidden under circular cutouts that add a futuristic, mechanical aesthetic. Moving down the length of the car, the covered wheels, almost entirely enclosed within the body, are a bold departure from conventional design, as if the Modulo was engineered to glide rather than roll. Pininfarina sought to make the wheels an integrated part of the car's design language, turning their form into functional elements of the sculpted body. Perhaps the most daring aspect of the Modulo is its access mechanism. Instead of conventional doors, the car features a futuristic sliding glass canopy. The entire roof and windshield slide forward in one fluid motion, allowing the driver and passenger to climb into the cabin. This spaceship-like entry system was unprecedented at the time and contributed to the Modulo's otherworldly aesthetic. Once inside, the minimalist interior mirrors the Modulo's exterior futurism, with a focus on clean, uncluttered surfaces, an innovative dashboard layout, and seats that appear molded into the cabin structure. At the heart of the Modulo lies its race-bred soul. Beneath the sculpted panels is a 5.0-liter Ferrari V12 engine, the same unit used in the 512S competition car. This engine produced an incredible 550 horsepower, a figure that solidified Ferrari's dominance in motorsport. While the Modulo was never intended to be driven in anger, its specifications hinted at a car that was as powerful as it was beautiful. The engine, exposed through a series of 24 circular cutouts in the rear engine cover, adds an almost mechanical industrial elegance to the design, serving as both a visual focal point and a reminder of the Modulo's Ferrari DNA. When the Ferrari 512S Modulo was unveiled at the 1970 Geneva Motor Show, it caused a sensation. The car looked like it had landed from another planet, leaving onlookers stunned by its radical appearance. It wasn't just a car, it was a statement, an audacious vision of what the future of automobiles could look like. Pininfarina and Ferrari had created something far more than a concept car. They had built a piece of art. The Modulo never entered production. It was never meant to. It remained a one-off masterpiece, a dream realized in physical form, destined for exhibitions and museums rather than public roads. Over the years, the Modulo continued to fascinate designers, enthusiasts, and futurists alike. Its influence is undeniable, inspiring countless concept cars and design studies that followed in the decades to come. The wedge-shaped aesthetic became a hallmark of the 1970s supercar era, but none managed to capture the sheer audacity and purity of the Modulo. In 2014, the Ferrari 512 Modulo found new life when it was acquired by renowned collector and designer James Glickenhaus. Under his ownership, the Modulo was painstakingly restored to a fully functional state, an incredible achievement considering its conceptual nature. Seeing the Modulo drive under its own power for the first time was a surreal moment, a decades-long dream fulfilled. The Ferrari 512S Modulo remains one of the most extraordinary cars ever created, a symbol of fearless experimentation and a timeless vision of the future. Its rarity. The 1959 Ferrari 410 Super America Gia Coupe stands as a rare and intriguing anomaly in Ferrari's storied history. Built during an era when Ferrari's grand touring cars epitomized a blend of power, luxury, and exclusivity, this unique creation diverged from the norm in a spectacular way. While most of the Super Americas of the time bore bodies sculpted by Pininfarina, Ferrari's favored design partner, this singular example received an unconventional yet striking design by Gia, making it a one-of-a-kind masterpiece in the Ferrari pantheon. The Ferrari 410 Super America series was introduced as the ultimate expression of luxury and performance. It catered to the world's wealthiest clientele, individuals who sought the pinnacle of both automotive engineering and bespoke styling. The heart of the 410 Super America was its formidable 4.9-liter V12 engine, derived from Ferrari's competition cars and developed by the legendary engineer Gioacchino Colombo. This power plant produced an impressive 340 horsepower, a figure that was virtually unrivaled in the late 1950s. Mated to a 4-speed manual transmission, the car was capable of reaching speeds of up to 150 mph, blisteringly fast for its time, and a true statement of Ferrari's technical superiority. However, what truly sets this particular Super America apart is its bodywork. Commissioned by an affluent client who sought something different, this one-off car was handed over to Carrozzeria Gia, one of Italy's most renowned coach builders. At the time, Gia was known for its daring and often polarizing designs, pushing the boundaries of automotive aesthetics with flamboyant and futuristic interpretations of luxury cars. Under the direction of stylist Giovanni Savanuzzi, Gia delivered a design for the 410 Super America that was unlike anything Ferrari had ever produced. The Gia Coupe's styling stands in stark contrast to the more restrained elegance of Pininfarina-bodied Ferraris of the era. The car features bold, sweeping lines, a long, imposing hood, and an exaggerated fastback roofline that gives it a dramatic, almost spaceship-like profile. The front end is particularly distinctive, with dual headlamps set into chrome-surrounded nacelles, adding a sense of theatrical flair. A bold chrome grille anchors the front fascia, while the intricate detailing on the fenders and sides exudes an air of opulence. The roofline flows seamlessly into the rear deck, where sharp tail fins, reminiscent of American design trends of the late 1950s, add a touch of flamboyance rarely seen on Ferraris. The juxtaposition of Italian craftsmanship with American-inspired styling cues makes this car a fascinating cultural crossover. Inside the cabin, Gia carried the same attention to detail and extravagance. The interior is a testament to mid-century luxury, featuring premium materials, finely stitched leather upholstery, and carefully crafted metal trim. The cockpit retains Ferrari's sporting DNA, with a driver-focused layout that includes a large tachometer and speedometer set within a simple yet elegant dashboard. However, the overall feel is more refined and grandiose than most Ferraris of the time, underscoring the car's dual purpose as both a high-performance machine and a rolling statement of sophistication. The 1959 Ferrari 410 Super America Gia Coupe was a singular vision of what a Ferrari could be when interpreted through Gia's bold and imaginative lens. It combined the raw, unrelenting performance of Ferrari's flagship V12 with a body that turned heads and sparked conversation wherever it appeared. While some purists may have considered it a departure from Ferrari's traditional design language, its uniqueness and craftsmanship cannot be denied. At the time, bespoke coach-built Ferraris were commissioned by only the wealthiest and most influential individuals. Each one was a rolling work of art, a personal statement of taste and refinement. This Gia-bodied Super America, however, stood apart even among such rare company, as it represented a rare collaboration between Ferrari and Gia, one that would never be repeated. Gia's flamboyant style, paired with Ferrari's engineering excellence, created a car that was both avant-garde and timeless. Today, the 1959 Ferrari 410 Super America Gia Coupe is celebrated not only as a one-off rarity, but also as a symbol of an era when coach building was at its zenith. It serves as a reminder of a time when automotive design was driven by artistic vision and unbounded creativity. For collectors and enthusiasts, this car is more than just a Ferrari. It is a piece of history, a masterpiece of collaboration between two of Italy's greatest automotive powerhouses. With its rarity, unique styling, and the legendary performance of its 4.9-liter V12 engine, the 410 Super America Gia Coupe occupies a special place in the automotive world as an unmatched fusion of luxury, power, and individuality. The 1969 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 is not just a rare muscle car, it's a legendary piece of Chevrolet's high-performance history and one of the most revered vehicles to emerge from the golden age of American muscle. Born out of Chevrolet's involvement in the world of drag racing and high-performance competition, the ZL1 was an uncompromising machine built to dominate the racetrack while still being street legal. With its extraordinary engine, minimal production numbers, and a backstory steeped in ingenuity, it remains one of the most sought-after and valuable Camaros ever produced. The heart of the Camaro ZL1 was its game-changing engine, a 427 cubic inch, 7.0-liter all-aluminum V8. Known internally as the ZL1 engine, this powerhouse was developed using Chevrolet's Can-Am racing technology, where the lightweight aluminum block had proven itself as a potent weapon on the track. Designed for racing applications, the ZL1 engine was a technological marvel at the time, blending brute strength with weight-saving ingenuity. While Chevrolet officially rated the engine at 430 horsepower, the actual output was closer to an earth-shaking 100 to 550 horsepower, depending on tuning. For perspective, this put it far ahead of most factory-produced muscle cars of the era and placed it in the same conversation as some of the era's most powerful race cars. What makes the ZL1 engine truly special is its all-aluminum construction. While other big block engines of the era relied on heavy cast iron, the ZL1 used aluminum for both the block and heads, dramatically reducing weight. This innovation gave the Camaro ZL1 an unprecedented power-to-weight ratio for a factory-built car and made it a formidable competitor in drag racing and road course events alike. The ZL1 weighed about 100 pounds less than Chevrolet's other 427 engines, which further improved handling and acceleration. The origins of the Camaro ZL1 can be traced back to Chevrolet dealer and racing enthusiast Fred Gibb, who envisioned a no-holds-barred version of the Camaro that could be competitive straight from the factory. Gibb utilized Chevrolet's little-known Central Office Production Order (COPO) system, a program that allowed dealers to order cars with non-standard options, typically reserved for fleet or special purposes. Through COPO 9560, Gibb ordered the ZL1-equipped Camaros, effectively creating a factory-built race car. Initially, Fred Gibb ordered 50 cars, as this was the minimum required for NHRA Superstock Racing homologation. However, the astronomical cost of the ZL1 engine, roughly $4,000 alone, which pushed the Camaro's base price to around $7,300, made the car prohibitively expensive for many buyers at the time. To put that into context, a standard Camaro SS could be purchased for about half the price. As a result, many of Gibbs' ZL1s sat unsold, and Chevrolet redistributed the cars to other dealerships, eventually building a total of 69 units. Externally, the ZL1 looked like a typical 1969 Camaro and didn't carry any badging to indicate the monster lurking under the hood. It was essentially a sleeper, a wolf in sheep's clothing that only knowledgeable enthusiasts could identify. Most ZL1 Camaros came in relatively basic trim levels to minimize weight, though some buyers opted for additional features, creating slight variations among the 69 examples built. Beneath the unassuming exterior, however, was a car engineered to obliterate the quarter mile. With proper tuning, the Camaro ZL1 could rocket from 0 to 60 miles in under 5 seconds and run the quarter mile in the low 11-second range, numbers that were astonishing for a factory-produced car in 1969. While its initial high-price limited sales in the late 1960s, the ZL1 Camaro has become one of the most celebrated and valuable muscle cars ever built. Its rarity, performance, and fascinating backstory have made it a crown jewel among collectors. Today, well-documented ZL1 Camaros command prices in the 7-figure range, with pristine examples occasionally crossing the auction block for $1 million or more. The car's legendary status is amplified by the fact that it represents a unique moment in automotive history when American manufacturers pushed the boundaries of what was possible with muscle cars and motorsport technology. The 1969 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 is a perfect storm of innovation, rarity, and performance. It embodies the spirit of the muscle car era, where horsepower reigned supreme and factory-built race cars blurred the line between street and track. For enthusiasts and collectors, the ZL1 isn't just a car, it's a piece of history, a symbol of Chevrolet's engineering prowess, and one of the most iconic muscle cars ever to grace the pavement. The 1972 Maserati Boomerang stands as one of the most striking and audacious concept cars ever created, a singular automotive masterpiece that merged cutting-edge design with high-performance engineering. This one-off vehicle encapsulated the bold, futuristic spirit of the early 1970s and became an icon of the wedge-shaped design era, forever etching its place in automotive history. The Boomerang was the brainchild of famed Italian designer Giorgetto Giugiaro, working under his own design house, Ital Design. By the early 1970s, Giugiaro had already cemented his reputation as one of the greatest automotive designers of all time, creating landmark vehicles such as the Lotus Esprit de Tommaso Mangusta and the Alfa Romeo Giulia GT. The Boomerang, however, pushed his vision to its limits, a radical exercise in geometric precision and avant-garde style that seemed to have leapt straight out of science fiction. What set the Boomerang apart was its extreme wedge styling. At a time when angular designs were emerging as a hallmark of forward-thinking sports cars, the Boomerang took this philosophy to its apex. Its razor-sharp lines, flat surfaces, and aggressively sloping front end gave the car a futuristic, almost alien appearance. The windshield was raked at an impossibly steep angle, seamlessly flowing into the sharply defined roofline. From certain angles, the Boomerang truly resembled its namesake, sleek, pointed, and aerodynamic. The glazed glass canopy enveloped the cockpit, creating a clean, uninterrupted profile that emphasized the vehicle's minimalist form. The rear design was just as radical, featuring a sharply truncated tail that housed slim, horizontal taillights embedded into the bodywork. Unique glass panels on the sides added to its space-age aesthetic. Every aspect of the Boomerang's form was meticulously sculpted, with Giugiaro stripping away unnecessary embellishments to focus on purity of line and proportion. The innovation continued inside the cabin, where Giugiaro reimagined the concept of automotive interiors. The Boomerang's cockpit was dominated by its futuristic dashboard, which featured a fully digital instrument panel, something virtually unheard of in 1972. The instruments and controls were housed within a circular pod integrated into the steering wheel itself. A daring and unconventional layout that anticipated the tech-focused interiors of modern supercars. This approach not only streamlined the driver's experience, but also showcased Giugiaro's commitment to blending form and function in a wholly original way. While its design was groundbreaking, The Boomerang was far from just a showpiece. It had the performance to match its dramatic looks. Beneath the striking exterior lay the heart of a Maserati Bora, one of Maserati's flagship mid-engine supercars of the era. The Boomerang was powered by a powerful 4.7-liter V8 engine, capable of producing 310 horsepower. This engine, mated to a 5-speed manual gearbox, delivered power to the rear wheels, giving the car impressive performance credentials. It was reported to have a top speed of around 186 mph, 300 km/h, an astonishing figure for the early 1970s and a testament to Maserati's engineering excellence. The Boomerang made its debut at the 1971 Turin Motor Show as a non-running design prototype, where it stunned audiences in the automotive world with its audacious styling. Maserati and Giugiaro then refined the concept, creating a fully operational version for the 1972 Geneva Motor Show. This move set the Boomerang apart from many concept cars of its time, which often remained static models. Despite its functionality and widespread acclaim, the Boomerang was never intended for production. It remained a one-off, a singular expression of design brilliance. Over the decades, the Maserati Boomerang has become a revered symbol of automotive artistry, influencing countless designers and inspiring generations of car enthusiasts. Its sharp lines and futuristic aesthetic directly impacted the design language of subsequent supercars, particularly those from Lamborghini and Ferrari during the 1970s and 1980s. It also cemented Giorgetto Giugiaro's reputation as a visionary capable of creating timeless, boundary-pushing designs. The Boomerang has had a storied life, passing through the hands of private collectors and appearing at prestigious events such as the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance. Its rarity, combined with its undeniable historical significance, has made it an extremely valuable piece of automotive art, commanding millions when it occasionally changes hands at auction. The 1972 Maserati Boomerang remains an enduring masterpiece, a concept car that transcended its era and redefined what was possible in automotive design. Its fusion of bold styling, innovative technology, and raw performance continues to captivate enthusiasts and collectors alike. The 1953 Cadillac Series 62 Gia Coupe stands as one of the finest examples of transatlantic automotive collaboration, blending American engineering with Italian design flair to create a car of unparalleled elegance and exclusivity, with only 2 units ever produced. This remarkable vehicle is a rare jewel from a golden age when automakers experimented with custom coach building and international partnerships to produce bespoke luxury cars. At the heart of this project was Gia, the celebrated Italian design house renowned for its innovative and stylish coachwork. By the early 1950s, Gia had built a reputation for its collaborations with European brands like Fiat, Alfa Romeo, and Volkswagen, creating beautifully sculpted bodies that emphasize smooth, flowing lines and minimalist elegance. Their work caught the attention of discerning clientele and even American automakers eager to infuse their cars with European sophistication. The Cadillac Series 62, on the other hand, was one of America's premier luxury cars during the early 1950s. Known for its powerful engines and bold, chrome-heavy styling, the Series 62 embodied Cadillac's status as the standard of the world in American automotive luxury. For the Gia Coupe project, a Series 62 chassis served as the foundation, bringing with it Cadillac's reliable mechanical underpinnings and unmistakable presence. Under the hood was Cadillac's 331 cubic inch V8 engine, a smooth and capable power plant producing 210 horsepower. An impressive figure for its day. The body, however, was where the magic happened. Gia reimagined the Cadillac with Italian finesse, replacing the typical Detroit styling with something far more graceful and exotic. Gone were the exaggerated tail fins and massive chrome grills of the time. In their place were clean, flowing lines that emphasized harmony and proportion. The car's long, low stance, rounded fenders, and gently sloping roofline exuded a European sense of restraint and elegance, while still maintaining a level of grandeur befitting a Cadillac. Gia's work brought a sense of lightness and delicacy to the typically bold and imposing Cadillac platform. One of the standout design elements of the Gia Coupe was its uncluttered chrome detailing. Unlike most American cars of the early 1950s, which were often festooned with gleaming trim, Gia opted for a more subtle approach, using chrome only where it was needed to accentuate the car's graceful lines. A distinctive front grille, flanked by simple round headlights, gave the car a sophisticated, almost understated face. The rear design was equally elegant, with modest tail fins hinting at Cadillac's American roots while still blending seamlessly with the European-inspired curves. The interior of the Gia Coupe was equally as luxurious as its exterior. Handcrafted with meticulous attention to detail, the cabin featured premium leather upholstery, intricate wood trim, and the kind of bespoke craftsmanship that defined custom-built cars of this era. Every surface was carefully finished, creating an atmosphere of refined comfort. This wasn't merely a car, it was a rolling piece of art designed to cater to the tastes of those who demanded the absolute best. Despite its beauty and pedigree, the Cadillac Gia Coupe remained an extremely limited production project. Only two examples were ever built, both commissioned for private clients. The first car was reportedly created for a high-profile American businessman who desired a unique blend of American power and European sophistication. The second car, identical in design, further cemented the model's status as an exclusive, one-off masterpiece. The limited production of the Cadillac Series 62 Gia Coupe was largely due to its cost and bespoke nature. At the time, the vehicle's price far exceeded that of a standard Cadillac, making it accessible only to the ultra-wealthy. This exclusivity, however, has only added to its mystique and desirability over the decades. Today, these two cars are among the most sought-after post-war luxury vehicles, revered for their rarity, craftsmanship, and significance as symbols of a unique cultural exchange between America and Italy. The Cadillac Series 62 Gia Coupe also represents a fascinating what-if moment in automotive history. It was a glimpse of a path Cadillac could have taken, pairing its powerful American engineering with the Italian coach building to compete with Europe's finest luxury brands on a global scale. While the collaboration was brief, it paved the way for future transatlantic experiments, such as the Chrysler Gia concepts of the late 1950s. In the modern era, the surviving Cadillac Gia Coupes have achieved legendary status, appearing at prestigious events like the Kia Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance, and commanding significant attention from collectors. The combination of its rarity, stunning design, the 1966 Jaguar XJ13 is one of the most iconic and elusive prototypes in automotive history, not just for its stunning looks, but also for its remarkable story. With only one prototype ever built, the XJ13 is a symbol of what could have been for Jaguar in motorsport, and its rarity has cemented it as a legend among car enthusiasts and collectors alike. Jaguar's ambitions for the XJ13 were rooted in its desire to compete at the prestigious 24 Hours of Le Mans, the world's most grueling endurance race. By the mid-1960s, Jaguar was already a well-established name in motorsport, having secured numerous victories at Le Mans in the previous decade, particularly with the legendary Jaguar D-Type. But by the time the mid-1960s rolled around, the competition had grown fiercer, with manufacturers like Ferrari, Ford, and Porsche pushing the boundaries of speed and technology. Jaguar's response was the XJ13, a car that would take on the latest breed of race cars with advanced engineering, sleek design, and brute power. The car's mid-engine layout was a bold departure from the rear-engine designs of Jaguar's earlier race cars. The heart of the XJ13 was a 1.0-liter V12 engine, a powerful and smooth unit designed to deliver over 500 horsepower, propelling the car to a top speed of around 170 mph, fast for its time. This engine was engineered for endurance, combining both high performance and reliability, which are crucial in the harsh conditions of Le Mans. The V12 was mated to a 5-speed manual transmission that helped to harness its power while keeping weight distribution balanced, further improving the car's handling and agility. Visually, the XJ13 was a work of art. Its aerodynamic design was futuristic for its era, with a long, sleek body featuring flowing curves and sharp lines that hinted at the car's speed even when it was stationary. The low, wide stance gave the car a menacing presence, while the stunning rear end and elongated tail further emphasized its race-bred design. The body was crafted out of Keol lightweight aluminum, keeping the car's weight low without sacrificing durability, ensuring that it could endure the stresses of racing. One of the most striking features of the XJ13 was its distinctive rear. A full-width tail with an elegant diffuser that helped channel air effectively, enhancing downforce and stability at high speeds. Its unique centerline mounted exhaust added to the car's visual drama, making it clear that this was a car designed not just for performance, but for beauty. Despite its beauty and technological sophistication, the XJ13 never raced. After its completion, Jaguar realized that its racing program was shifting focus toward the XJ6 road car and other projects, and the company ultimately decided not to enter the XJ13 into Le Mans. Adding to this, the rise of Ford's dominance in motorsport with their Ford GT40, as well as changes in racing regulations, meant that Jaguar shifted its attention to other areas. The XJ13 was relegated to the role of a prototype, and the company ultimately shelved the car. The prototype was initially tested on track, and it demonstrated the incredible capabilities of its design. However, in a tragic twist, the car was damaged during a test run in the 1970s and was considered a total loss by the company. The prototype sat in storage for many years, with the idea of restoring it abandoned for a time. Eventually, however, the car was painstakingly restored to its original condition and became a prominent part of Jaguar's collection. Today, the XJ13 is showcased as one of Jaguar's crown jewels, regularly appearing at major automotive events and captivating audiences with its timeless design and legendary status. What makes the XJ13 even more special is its extreme rarity. Unlike other concept cars, which sometimes have multiple prototypes or are mass-produced for certain applications, the XJ13 was a one-off creation that never saw production, and its status as a prototype means that it is the only surviving example. This rarity has turned the XJ13 into a mythical creature within the automotive world, a car that represents the aspirations and dreams of Jaguar during a golden era of racing. Today, the Jaguar XJ13 is revered for its beauty, engineering, and the untold potential it represented. As the only surviving example, the XJ13 remains a much coveted piece of automotive history, symbolizing what Jaguar could have achieved had things turned out differently in their racing program. It's a car that never had the chance to prove its mettle on the world's most famous racetracks, but its legacy lives on, immortalized by its breathtaking design and extraordinary rarity. It stands as one of the most revered prototypes of all time, a car that, although never raced, it became a timeless icon. The 1964 Ford GT40 Roadster prototype is more than just a rare collector's item. It is a cornerstone in the history of automotive engineering, representing a pivotal moment in the development of one of the most iconic racing cars ever created. As one of only 5 ever made, this prototype offers an extraordinary window into Ford's ambition to compete on the world stage, particularly at the legendary 24 Hours of Le Mans, and to challenge Ferrari's dominance in endurance racing. In the early 1960s, Ford Motor Company's leadership sought to make a major impact on the world of motorsports, specifically in the prestigious endurance race at Le Mans. Ferrari had been a dominant force in the sport for years, and Ford was determined to break that monopoly. In response to Ferrari's consistent victories, Ford enlisted the expertise of Carroll Shelby, an American racing legend, and a team of top engineers to create a car that could outshine the competition and rewrite the history books of Le Mans. This collaboration resulted in the creation of the Ford GT40, a car that would soon achieve racing immortality. However, the GT40's path to success was far from straightforward, requiring years of testing, refinement, and iteration. The 1964 GT40 Roadster prototype played a critical role in that early stage of development. Unlike the traditional coupe version, This roadster was designed as an experimental vehicle to test a variety of factors, including handling, aerodynamics, and performance. The roadster configuration, with its open-top design, offered engineers a unique perspective on the car's performance, especially when subjected to high-speed testing and the aerodynamic challenges presented by wind resistance at those speeds. The results of these tests allowed the engineers to refine the design, ensuring that the GT40 would be better equipped to handle the grueling conditions of long-distance racing, particularly the demanding circuit at Le Mans. Equipped with a 4.7L V8 engine, the 1964 prototype produced an impressive 350 horsepower, significant power for its time. This engine was part of the original formula for the GT40, which would go on to be upgraded as the project evolved. While the Roadster's open design came with certain compromises, such as reduced aerodynamic efficiency and structural rigidity, it nonetheless showcased the car's exceptional speed, agility, and potential. The Roadster's role in early testing was crucial to understanding how the car would perform in a race environment, particularly with respect to wind resistance, handling, and overall speed. Though the Jaguar GT40 Roadster prototype was never intended for production, it remains one of the most important pieces of automotive history. It laid the groundwork for the eventual success of the Ford GT40, which would go on to achieve legendary status by winning Le Mans 4 times consecutively from 1966 to 1969. This triumph cemented the GT40's place as one of the greatest racing cars of all time, and the Roadster prototype represents a rare, tangible connection to the early days of its development. It embodies the spirit of innovation, engineering excellence, and relentless pursuit of victory that propelled Ford to one of the most remarkable rivalries in automotive history, its competition with Ferrari. Today, the 1964 Ford GT40 Roadster prototype is not only a rare collector's item, but also a symbol of the dedication, ingenuity, and ambition that drove Ford to transform itself into a dominant force in the racing world. Given its rarity, historical importance, and pivotal role in the story of the GT40, it is one of the most highly coveted pieces among collectors and automotive enthusiasts. Even though the Roadster prototype was never raced in an official competition or put into mass production, its legacy endures as an essential chapter in the Ford GT40 saga. For those lucky enough to witness or own a piece of this history, the 1964 Ford GT40 Roadster prototype represents more than just a car. It is an embodiment of the passion, persistence, and vision that fueled Ford's rise to glory in motorsport. Its continued relevance as a link between the early testing phase and the success of the GT40 makes it an enduring source of inspiration for future generations of car enthusiasts, collectors, and racing fans worldwide. The Roadster's place in the pantheon of racing history remains secure, a timeless testament to the legacy of Ford's iconic GT40 and the unforgettable battle with Ferrari that defined an era of motorsport. The 1957 Ferrari 250 Testa Rosa prototype is not merely a rare car. It is a cornerstone of Ferrari's legendary racing legacy, marking the birth of one of the most iconic and successful lineages in the world of motorsport. As the prototype that would lead to the creation of the Ferrari 250 Testa Rosa series, this car is a vital chapter in the history of both Ferrari and endurance racing. While only a few Testa Rosa models exist, the 1957 prototype remains a singularly important piece of Ferrari's development, serving as the foundation for one of the most successful and sought-after race cars in history. Ferrari, under the leadership of Enzo Ferrari, had long been a dominant force in motorsport, particularly in Formula One and endurance racing. By the mid-1950s, Ferrari was determined to build a car that could compete at the highest level of endurance racing, particularly at Le Mans, a race that had long been a test of both a car's performance and durability. Ferrari needed a car that could deliver both speed and longevity, qualities essential for victory at the 24-hour event, and the 250 Testa Rosa was the answer. This prototype, developed in collaboration with Carrozzeria Scaglietti, represented Ferrari's vision for a perfect endurance racer. The 250 Testa Rosa's design was bold and innovative, characterized by its iconic pontoon fenders that not only gave the car its signature look, but also improved aerodynamics and cooling efficiency. These unique fenders, combined with a streamlined body shape, enhanced the car's ability to handle high speeds in long endurance races without overheating or losing performance. The design was as functional as it was beautiful, making the car an instant classic and a precursor to the future 250 Testa Rosa models that would become the epitome of endurance racing. Under the hood of the 1957 Ferrari 250 Testa Rosa prototype was the heart and soul of the car, a HO 3.0L V12 engine that provided the power, refinement, and longevity needed for endurance racing. This high-revving, naturally aspirated V12 produced around 300 horsepower, which was a significant amount of power for a car built with the rigors of long-distance racing in mind. The engine was designed to maintain its performance over hours of racing, proving both its endurance capabilities and its sheer power. But the 1957 prototype was not just about performance. It was about balance. Ferrari understood that a winning race car had to be more than just powerful. It had to be perfectly tuned in every respect. The 250 Testa Rosa prototype was finely tuned for its chassis, suspension, and aerodynamics, with the goal of achieving the ultimate combination of speed, handling, and durability. While it was a prototype, it was fully capable of racing and was designed to function in the brutal conditions of endurance racing. The 250 Testa Rosa, with its open cockpit and aggressive stance, was as much about technological innovation as it was about raw racing power. Although the 1957 Testa Rosa prototype never raced in official events, it was an integral part of the car's development, providing critical data and insight that would lead to the creation of the more famous production models. The prototype set the bar for future iterations of the Testa Rosa series, which would go on to dominate endurance racing, especially at Le Mans, where the Ferrari 250 Testa Rosa took victories in multiple races during the late 1950s and early 1960s. The 250 Testa Rosa models, including the Austin TR59 and Triumph TR60, helped Ferrari become the dominant force in endurance racing during that era, with their potent V12 engines and aerodynamic prowess. In the years following the creation of the Hawaii 1957 Ferrari 250 Testa Rosa prototype, Ferrari's reputation for building world-class race cars solidified, and the Testa Rosa name became synonymous with success at the highest levels of motorsport. The 250 Testa Rosa is widely regarded as one of the most beautiful and powerful cars ever created, and the 1957 prototype was the genesis of that legendary status. Today, the 1957 Ferrari 250 Testa Rosa prototype is more than just a collector's car. It is an invaluable piece of automotive history. Its rarity, historical significance, and racing pedigree make it a dream acquisition for collectors, and it is regularly sought after in auctions, with values skyrocketing for cars with such immense heritage. While the prototype may never have raced in a major event, its legacy is undeniable, and its status as the first of many successful Testa Rosa models gives it an elevated position in the history of Ferrari. The 1957 Ferrari 250 Testa Rosa prototype also stands as a testament to the passion, vision, and innovation that Ferrari is known for. Ferrari's commitment to pushing the boundaries of automotive technology is encapsulated in this prototype. The 1981 BMW M1 AH Study stands as one of the most extraordinary and rare variants of the legendary BMW M1, a car that was already an icon in its own right, produced in a limited run of just 10 units. This bespoke version of the M1 is a rare gem among collectors, automotive enthusiasts, and BMW aficionados alike. The M1 itself, introduced in 1978, was BMW's first and only mid-engine supercar, designed to compete with the likes of the Ferrari 300 and a Lamborghini Urraco. However, the AHG Study, created in collaboration with Automobile Handel's Gesellschaft and AHG, is a truly special evolution of the M1, making it a one-of-a-kind model in the history of BMW's motorsports and engineering endeavors. What truly makes the 1981 BMW M1 AHG Study Exceptional is its bespoke design and enhancements over the standard M1. The AHG study took the already impressive M1 and added a variety of custom modifications, transforming it into a more aggressive and track-focused machine. One of the most noticeable features of the AHG study is its wide-body kit, which gave the car a more muscular and aerodynamic stance. This wide-body treatment not only improved the M1's visual appeal, but also enhanced its stability and handling at high speeds, providing more room for larger tires and improving overall performance on the track. The custom livery applied to the M1 AHG study was another distinctive element that set it apart from its standard counterparts. AHG, which was a German tuning and performance company, provided the car with unique graphics and color schemes that were specifically tailored to this limited production model. The combination of the wide body and the striking livery made the AHG study stand out as an even more visually striking and aggressive version of the M1, cementing its status as a rare collector's piece. Under the hood, the 1981 BMW M1 AH Study featured an upgraded version of the Yahoo 3.5L straight-six engine that powered the standard M1. While the original M1 engine produced 273 horsepower, the AHG Study received a tuned version that pushed the output to 350 horsepower, providing even more thrilling acceleration and top speed potential. This increase in horsepower made the AHG Study a more potent performer, offering improved track capabilities while retaining the dynamic, balanced driving experience that the M1 was known for. The M1 was already renowned for its exceptional handling and driving precision, and the AHG Study enhanced those attributes with its more aggressive setup. The BMW M1 was originally developed to compete in the World Pro Car Championship, a support series for Italia's Formula One, and while it was a limited production supercar, it gained a reputation for its excellent engineering and thrilling performance. The AHG Study version, however, was an even rarer breed, as it was not a factory model, but a special edition tuning kit created by AHG, resulting in a unique and higher performance version of the M1. What makes the 1981 BMW M1 AH Study even more fascinating is its place in history. The M1 was BMW's only mid-engine supercar and marked the company's entry into the high-performance sports car market. The AHG Study represents the ultimate expression of that engineering, designed not only for street use, but with a focus on improving performance for track enthusiasts and collectors who sought something truly unique. The car's rarity, with only 10 examples built, ensures that it remains a prized possession for any collector fortunate enough to own one. In addition to its rarity, the M1 AHG Study also stands out due to the status and importance of the M1 itself in the history of BMW. The M1 was the culmination of BMW's ambitious project to create a supercar that combined advanced engineering with motorsports pedigree, resulting in a vehicle that was both stylish and potent. The M1's presence at major racing events and its association with the likes of Formula One and world-class drivers helped cement its place in automotive history. The AHG Study, as an evolution of the M1, holds an even more special place, offering a deeper connection to BMW's motorsports-driven legacy. Today, the 1981 BMW M1 AH Study is a rare and highly coveted collector's item. Its scarcity, performance enhancements, and distinctive features make it a desirable model not just for BMW enthusiasts, but for anyone with an appreciation for rare, high-performance automobiles. Given that only 10 examples of the AHG Study were made, it is a vehicle that rarely comes to market, making it a highly sought-after prize among collectors and enthusiasts. The M1 AHG Study represents the epitome of BMW's commitment to performance, and it remains an extraordinary part of the brand's rich heritage in the world of motorsports and supercars. In summary, the 1981 BMW M1 AHG Study is a rare and special iteration of an already iconic car. With only 10 units produced,